Vanakkam. I will not take much of your time, and I assure you, I will conclude my speech before I get note. Sometimes I do face reading. I can read your faces. How much time you will take now, that is in your mind now. But I assure you, I will not take much of your time. Today we have gathered here to celebrate Thiruvalluvar. Not only is Thirunal, but he himself is being celebrated, not only here, throughout the state. Tomorrow is his Janamatithi, but for our convenience, we have gathered today here in the Lok Bhavan. On this very occasion, we have got amongst us, I am sharing this honorable dais with Swami Samanandaji, who is Managing Trustee of Sri Swami Chid Bhavanananda Ashram, Thiru T.V. Rangarajan, who has been renowned Tamil scholar and who is also the National Executive's Committee member of Bharatiya Itihas Sankalan Samiti, Professor K. Balramji, Thiru S. Ramachandranji, all other dignitaries sitting in the audience, my dear brothers and sisters. As I said, we have gathered here to celebrate a timeless entity whose life has been guiding force to us throughout the years, not only to this generation, but all the past generations and many more generations to come. So that has been his preachings, his teachings, and he has been practicing. I was not aware what Thiruvalluvar was. Many a times I heard of him in some scriptures, in some writings, in some books. But what he is here in Tamil Nadu, in fact, he is more than Tamil Nadu, he is for our country, for whole of our India. His teachings are being revered throughout the country, and he is not limited to the boundaries of this state. His teachings, his preachings, his thoughts, all of his Thirunal, what he had written, if you go through it, you will come to know what he was for, what he was for. In fact, it is not proper for myself to talk when we have heard a very enlightening, enriching speeches by the eminent speakers who have studied Thiruvalluvar, who have understood him. But our job is, after listening to all these people here, to how to propagate the thoughts which we have understood. Many a times we just listen to it and we forget what it was. We understand the letter of that, but we do not understand the spirit behind it. There is one story in Mahabharata when the Kaurav and Pandavas, both of them were very small children, kids. They were taking lessons from Acharya Drona, and Guru Drona was giving them some lessons. One day all of them together, they were sitting, taking lessons from Guru Drona. And Dronacharya told them, just today we have only one lesson. And then after you have to go. The lesson was, you must have heard this story and you must have heard this lesson also. Satyam vada dharmam chara. That was the lesson given to all these people, Kaurav and Pandavas. And now the Guru Acharya Drona told them the earth of the meaning of that. Satyam vada is you must always talk truth, satya. Dharmam chara, you must always do righteous thing, good things. That was the lesson for them. All of them okay. And Guru Dronacharya said, now the today's class is over. All were very happy. Today's class was just only for few minutes. So all were happy. But you have to buy her this and come next day. They said, we can tell you to you right now. Next day all of them gathered. Acharya asked them, everybody, did you do your lesson? Everybody said, yes, we did it. And Acharya asked some of them, they said, yes, Satyam vada dharmam chara. But there was one student amongst them who could not answer this. Acharya asked him, what has happened? Sir, Acharya, I could not do that lesson. Everybody was laughing at him. What is the problem? Only 4 words are there and you could not by heart them. But Guru Acharya just neglected. Okay, you come next day. Next day all of them gathered together. Acharya asked the same student again. He could not answer it properly. Third day again they gathered. Acharya asked them again. And afterwards, Acharya also was very much astonished. How is that after even 3 days he could not make this by heart, these 4 words? On 5th day, after 4 and 5th day, the student stood up and said, Acharya, I know these words now. What are those words? Satyam vada dharmam chara. And that dharmam chara, satyam vada, that was that. Acharya asked him, what is the meaning of that? He said, Acharya, satyam vada means always we have to speak truth. And dharmam chara, always we have to work in a good manner, good fashion, righteous thing, or good, that is dharma. Acharya said, yes, my student, my dear boy, you have done well. Now tell me, why it took 5 days for you to learn this, to understand this? Everybody was astonished because everybody wanted to know this. And the student says, Acharya, every night when I went to the bed, I was trying to see whether I have spoken truth today whole day. I have acted in a dharma acharana. My acharana was according to dharma. And that night I could answer negatively. Next day also same thing happened. Continuously for 4 days I was just testing myself. And on the 5th day I could tell this, yes, I was acting true to my words. I was acting true to the letters. I understood the spirit of that. Not only the letter. I understood the spirit. And the student was Yudhishthira, Dharmaraj. He was the student there, and everybody, particularly the Acharya, Guru Drona, he appreciated him. He said, my son, you are my true disciple. You are my true Shishya. My contention is that, my feeling is that we must understand what Thiruvalluvar has told us. We just by heart all those Tirunals and we just come out and say these are these. Did we understand the spirit behind those words? We must try to understand those words. That is what we require. In today's, he is still relevant. His relevance has to be understood and told before all the public, before the next generation. Why he was here and what was he. All our such people, I always, when I read Thiruvalluvar's all writings, I felt this is a saintly poet, saint poet. He is a saint poet. All our people, those who have been here, they were saint and they were poets also. They performed, sometimes we call it in different names. But all those stanzas here, Tirunal, all these are in a poetry, but they were saints. People may view them in a different way, different forms. It is immaterial whether he wears saffron clothes or white clothes, whether he has a tilak here or not. It is a different thing. But he has given something to this country, to these people. It is his greatness, Thiruvalluvar's, that even those who do not believe in Sanatan, they had to go and bow before him. That is the greatness of, that is the power of Tirukkural. That is the power. And we must always think in this way that somebody was referring to Bhagavad Gita here. Yada yada yi dharmasya glanir bhavati. Then he said, Sambhavami yuge yuge. Dharma samsthapanartha. I will be coming here again and again. And we all believe in this because Bhagavan Sri Krishna has given us the promise. He told us whenever there is some obstacles, whenever there are some aghat on our dharma, aghat on our samskriti, on Sanatana Parampara, I will be here with you to do this right. And we all are looking at everything. Where is the Bhagavan Sri Krishna had given us promise of Vachana. But where is he? Nowadays everything is happening and where is he? But we must understand, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he has given the Vachana, he has given a promise and he keeps his promise. He keeps his promise. Sometimes he comes in the form of Adi Shankaracharya. Sometimes he comes in the form of Santa Jnaneshwara. Sometimes he comes in the form of Tulsidas. Sometimes he comes in the form of Thiruvalluvar. And he preaches us. He tells us, this is the right thing that you have to follow. This is the correct way that you have to follow. And you have to propagate it. You have to tell to others also. That is what the importance and the power of all these people. They have not just come on this earth because many of us, I will not say everybody, many of us, our parents have given us birth and we are living on this earth. That's all. Do we have any purpose of our living here or life? These saintly figures like Thiruvalluvar, they have a purpose of life. What is that purpose? Well-being of all the society, all the people. That is the purpose of their life. And for that reason they come here. That is the reason why even today they are relevant. They were not relevant for a particular era or a period or an age. They are all the time they were relevant. That is why his thoughts and his practices are Sanatana. Sanatana has got this meaning. It is a Nitya Nutana Navina. It's a Sanatana. Right from, we do not know Adi, we do not know Anta. So that is Sanatana. Thiruvalluvar's thoughts, his preachings, his life doesn't have Adi, doesn't have Anta. So he is a Sanatana. So what is wrong in calling him a Sanatana Parampara Shishya? We have to. It is a fact. We cannot deny this. So that is how these people are here. That is why these people are here. And everything that you will be learning from him, if you go through his teachings, writings, that he lived here for Sanatan Parampara and humanity. Humanity was his main focus of his all writings. He taught us everything through humanity, and we have to be human beings. We have to be. We cannot deny that. Everything has to be human. If we are not human, then everything is lost. That is the thought of our ages, seers, our munis and rishis. All that has been taught to us is regarding human. That is why we call Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is why we call Krinvanto Vishwam Aryam. Arya means not a race. Arya means a quality, a good people's quality. So that everything has to be taught today. That everything has to be maintained, and that is humanity. That is what Thiruvalluvar has given to us. I feel if today's this function ignites something in our heart, in our minds, yes, after this function, I will go at my residence to my home and find out if I have got a book on Thiruvalluvar and read his life and his Thirukal. If that message is given, I think the purpose of today's program is served. That is what I want. That's all. Nandri, Vanakkam.